everybody on this lovely sunny gorgeous day. Oh, it's beautiful. So me and Alfie had a day off and it was fabulous. So we tried out our caravan for the first time. It's not a new one, but it's new to us. And so we were scrubbing away, cleaning it all day Saturday, finished evening, and then did nothing yesterday apart from eat, which was fabulous. So really enjoyed it. No offence, but didn't want to come back. Saturday and Sunday is not long enough at all. So what have we got for you today? Have you got your cup of tea ready? I've got mine. Nice bit of peppermint. That's what Alfie's bought me. Yeah. That bad boy's for me later. Fantastic. So I thought I would show you these stamps again because we've got some beautiful stuff from the design team to show you. And I thought you never get a chance to really see it properly when it's on telly on the craft store. So I thought I would just empty my big box of lusciousness, which is my box of gorgeous samples from all the girls, and take you through them all. So hi Christine, hi Kelly. Oh gosh, you're all on today. Kelly, Tanya, Wendy, a day off. I know. I don't think we've been off for 18 months, have we, Alfie? No, we haven't, definitely not. Hi Chris.
Melissa in Tennessee.
Melissa in Tennessee, hi. Great for you to join us. This is why it's lovely on Facebook Live. You get everyone from all the corners of the world. So I'm going to be showing you our new stamps by Janine Gerard Shaw, who's a fantastic designer who works with us. And she's done these 4 sets, the A5. If you don't know us, we do them in red rubber, beautifully etched.
Mike's joined us.
Mike, hi darling. Nice to see you. We'll have to get together, won't we? Definitely. Keep saying that, but now that we can, we'll have to get together and have a little party in the garden. A donut and a cup of tea in the garden would be rather nice. We cut them out for you. Well, I don't. Di does. She cuts them out for us by hand, lovingly. So that's our little bird. A little bird told me it's your birthday. And a little bird told me you needed a hug. That's definitely me. And the future belongs to those who believe in the beauty of their dreams. Here's hoping yours come true. So that's our little birdie. We've got Bunny Rabbit, which is gorgeous with a tiny little ladybird here for some bunny special. Some bunny loves you. We've got a nice Carla Lily there. And I love the way he's peeking out of those. That lovely daisy there. We've got a darling duckling, and happy birthday, I hope it's a quacker, up me duck. If you're from America, you might not know what that means, but it basically means, hello, how are you? Is it a Yorkshire thing or is it just a northern thing?
Yeah, I think it's Yorkshire, isn't it?
I think it's mostly Yorkshire. They say duck, we say love, which is Lancashire. And then we've got the perfect puddy cat, which is just gorgeous. I love the puddy cat.
Jill says she didn't realise the samples were cut by hand.
Oh yeah, yeah they are, by our Di. That's not a Di, that's a person who's called Di. Yep, she sits there and she cuts them all out by hand, not with a pair of scissors, with a little machine, but it's like being on a sewing machine, isn't it, when you watch her? She's really, really good at that. So here we go. Gorgeous colours, beautiful. And you can't see this, but it's all cut out as well. This is lovely. And this is by Caroline Lakin. And look, little ladybug or ladybird peeping out. Then we've got Kerry Sturman. She's done our puddy cat in flitter glue and flake. And this is actually embossed with flitter glue and then a copper load of this, which is lovely. I like this great big tag by Lorna. This is done with rice paper, so she stamped on the rice paper first, put it on and coloured it in, and I do like all her use of the circles there. The dogs have masters, cats have staff, absolutely. This is lovely, actually. I love the way that they've used this lovely sort of stamp die. This is really nice. Yeah, like that, and lots of embossing on that. I don't know whether you can see that. Gorgeous. And then we have a pennant. Let me just put these in nicely in the box. Which it stamps beautifully onto fabric.
Careful.
Just picking that other one up. Dukey's right next to me, aren't you, darling? Okay, so this is on a pennant and this is stitched on, which is really lovely. These bits are on fabric as well. And then the bunny rabbit is actually stamped on there and then coloured in with Luscious. So with Luscious, you've just got to be careful you don't cover up all your black lines, whereas with translucent paint, you don't have to worry because it doesn't cover up your lines at all. This is on our cotton, handmade cotton rag paper, and this is our Lorna again. And again, what she's done is she's coloured it in. And what I tend to do is when it's with Luscious, oh yeah, the same me duck in Northampton too. There you go.
Sounds like it's a Midlands thing rather than a Yorkshire thing.
Is it Midlands? Yeah, what I tend to do is if you're colouring with Luscious, because it might cover up the black lines, I then re-stamp it over the top, use a stamping platform. And that's really lovely from Lorna. This is from Lorna as well, and all these pieces are all cut out, fussy cut, and added on afterwards. This is one of our Luscious, embossed in our White Cliffs of Dover embossing powder. Sorry for the doggies, they're getting excited. Little birdie again. Oh, isn't it gorgeous? Copper load of this. That's sorry, that's the name of the embossing powder. So we have this copper load of that, I should say, embossing glaze. So that's what she's used on there. And then we've got our bunny. I'm laughing because I've just dropped it in my pot of water. It'll dry. No, this, not a sample. Don't worry, I haven't dropped a sample. This is gorgeous. It looks so much better in real life. This is with the new in the navy colour as well. And this is our Carolyn. Beautiful, delicate colouring in of the flowers, which I really like because it makes them really stand out. Again, I love the fact that the flowers themselves are absolutely gorgeous, so you can make a feature of that, and that's what I'm going to be doing today. So I think it's so beautiful and so simple, but beautifully done. And that's from Kerry. I really, really, really love this one. It's just perfect, isn't it? With a little bit of Luscious in the middle there.
Jan says she loves our paints via Tilly Rose, because we're doing paints for Tilly.
We are doing paints for Tilly Rose. She is a fantastic artist, fibre artist and embroiderer, and I've had the pleasure of being on a class in India with her. And yeah, she came out as one of our Indian specialist lecturers. And
lecturers?
Yeah, lecturers, teachers, you know, whatever you want to call it.
Whatever you want to call it, not a lecturer.
Not a lecturer. Teacher. But she's brilliant and I love her to bits. I've got a book and she's got a new one coming out later on in the summer. You must get it. Check her out, Tilly Rose. She does the most amazing work, and you can get her book, which is so inspirational.
So Melanie says, I stamped a butterfly and coloured with Luscious and it covered the lines. What if I embossed it? Would that still get covered?
No, it won't emboss it, darling. It won't cover the lines if you emboss it. That's what I always do. Can you see here? This is all embossed, and that's why I always emboss it when I'm using Luscious, because the Luscious will retreat, or it won't cover all the black lines unless it's too thick and you really slap it on, but you'll be able to see that. But it just runs away from those edges, because of course those are basically, you know, a type of plastic, so it won't cover the black lines. So you're absolutely right, it's best to emboss it first. I just do a clear embossing powder, or you can obviously use a colour, but yeah, that's the way to go about it as well. That last one was Kerry's, and this one is also Kerry's. And then we have one of our Carolyn's, and really simple, beautiful background, very, very spot coloured, which I really like. Again, it really shows up beautifully. And then on the other side, this is a perfect example to who is it who was asking that question about Luscious? Melanie. So here you go, Melanie. Fantastic, by Rachel. This is a perfect example. So you can see in the background she's actually stamped normally with ink and hasn't embossed, and you can see areas where it is actually covering some of the lines, even though she's done it really beautifully. But on the duckling itself, she's actually stamped and clear embossed, and that way you can see how the Luscious will resist all of those black lines. So the Luscious is obviously, if you haven't heard of it, it's our powder, pigment powder with mica and binder, mixed with water to make a paint, and then she's actually painted that on beautifully, so you can see the shine of the colours there. That is a lovely example by Rachel. I really like this one as well. This looks so much better in real life than it does on camera. That's by Carolyn as well. All of these are all fussy cut, and all of this is all layered up. So if I just turn it, oh, you can't really see that much, but it's beautiful how it's layered up. And she has actually put some really delicate colour on here with some really soft Luscious, because it's given it a little bit of a sparkle there, which is gorgeous. So that one was Carolyn's. We obviously like the little duckling, don't we? Because there's loads. This one's by Rachel as well, and she's done the same as before, in that she's clear embossed and then she's coloured with the Luscious, but she's actually coloured quite a few and layered them all up, decoupaged them. So she's got about 4 layers there, which are just gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. I love that. Beautiful, very simple background as well, really shows off the duckling. Now, just one flower, really simple background using our stencils. So we have the stencils, these are new stencils as well. So we have this new stencil here, and that over there, whichever way around she's done it, there you go, and has just coloured them in with Luscious. I think that's beautiful, I really, really do. So great minds and all that. I did the same sort of idea, but instead of using Luscious, I actually used the translucent paints onto watercolour card, and I just wet those circles and then drop the colour into it from my paintbrush, and you get this gorgeous effect. Really, really simple. You don't need much on there. I think those are just amazing. I also use the same stencil, but this time I just used a black pen and a pencil. That's all I did, and I just doodled inside them. Some people call it Zentangling. That pattern I think I got from the Zentangle book, which I thought was lovely. Yeah, just really, really lovely. And then look at this one. So I did that one. Then look at this. Isn't that gorgeous? Really simple, black and white from Kerry. Beautiful. Now, there you go. So you can see that you can just use the florals. This is by Carolyn. Beautifully coloured, really simple, nice and clean, but just stamping these and using a mask so that you don't overlap them, and a couple of butterflies there. Gorgeous by Carolyn. This one's by Lorna. I love the bird peeking out from the inside of that card. Again, using Luscious. beautiful and simple. And the next one's from Sue Jacob, so she's really got going with this one, which is fabulous. This is Somebody Loves You. Beautiful Sue, really nice. I love the combination of using a bit of luscious and the translucence, and again it's embossed there. I bet this one's Carolyn's. Yes, it is. Yeah, and I love that tealy coloured duckling. And she's actually cut out from this wreath, because you've got half the wreath, and so you can stamp it twice. And she's actually cut out and put a black background. I think that works really well, because now you really see all the colours of that duckling beautifully. Really clever. And then you've got this by Sue Jacob. Gorgeous big card here, and lovely background, again using all the stamps that come with all of these, which are beautiful. Now this one as well, this is a Carolyn one, I'm pretty sure. Yes, it is. So she's just taken just the head and shoulders from each of them. Really simple, no background at all. It just speaks to me with the images themselves, and using the same colours to coordinate in, it just looks absolutely superb. Really clever, really beautifully done, and less is more on this one, most definitely. So we've got this one from Sue Jacob, and again plain background, really lovely. This time she's extended this to make an oval and filled in with the blue flowers, and she has actually used I think rather than luscious, I think it's actually a silver pen just to highlight those beautiful colours there. So this is Sargasso Sea that she's used, which is the blue colour, which is lovely. And talking of blue, she's got this is Sue's again, a little putty cat all in blue with a nice bit of gingham there, which is gorgeous. And then we have Sue's I was going to say putty cat then, but it's the bunny rabbit. And this is quite interesting how she's used a really beautiful decorative paper and matched the colours in with that, which is lovely. And then we've got Hey Up Me Duck, a bit onto wood, literally a wood slice, and I bet, yeah, this is Lorna's. So she's actually done it onto our rice paper, which is the plain one, stamped it and put it on here, which is gorgeous. Look at all that. It's lovely, isn't it? Really lovely. So and then I did a few as well. So can I just pass that to you, Alfie? Thank you, darling. So this is one of the ones that I did on air. So I just used the flowers, really, really simple, softer colouring, with a watercolour background, which I'm going to show you today. I'm going to do something basically similar to this. Bit of A Up Me Duck. I've done some stenciling here with our True Grit stencil paste, and I've actually coloured it before it went through the stencil. So this is the stencil that I used, which is called Ditsy Flowers. This one's called Holy Moly. And this one is called Cups, which I love. So I should actually put it on a bit of black, really, shouldn't I? Which would help. So there you go. That's the Cups, that's the Holy Moly, and that's the Ditsy Flowers. Okay, so that's that one. I did a really fussy cat one, which is Pussycat, get it? No, okay, pretty, yeah, not funny cat. And then I did, oh, he's shaking his head. Somebody Loves You. I love you, Alfie. I love why Duke turned round to look at me then. I love you too, Duke. Okie doke. So let me just get rid of these out of the way. Okay. This is the new set of paints that we launched as well, which I'm really loving, actually. They're fantastic. They work so well. We did have discussions, didn't we, last week? Did we? We did. And you won 2 weeks ago, because we were off last week, weren't we? it became in the navy. It stayed with Lime Marmalade, Pop Art Pink, Bluebell, Racing Green, Purple Rain. Now I called the set Be Happy, but it wasn't that on the telly, was it? It was called something else.
Bluebell Wood, wasn't it?
It was called Bluebell Wood on telly. So that's the way it went. Sorry about that.
Lost in translation.
It was lost in translation, absolutely. So let me just get a little bit organised here. Let's put those out of the way. And let's bring in our duckling here. So I think what I need to do though is I think we need to get the watercolouring done first. And then it's got time to dry. Let me have a slurp. Don't worry if you're late. You can all, there's no one's late on a Facebook Live. They really aren't. Because of course you can always just watch it back, so don't worry about that. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a combination of daffodil. Let me bring that in a little bit closer. A bit of daffodil. Let's go with that new in the navy. And let's just play with those. Okay, so just going to move that out of the way. And I'm going to give this a good spray. And then turn it over and spray the other side. And that way it will stay flat. So we're going to start off with just an itty bitty bit of daffodil. And we're going to add some water to that because obviously, as you know, it's where's my phone gone? Just pop it back on for me, darling. Thank you. So I'm just going to let the water do its job, basically.
I think it's running out of juice.
My phone is running out of juice. Oh, I thought I had quite a lot charge on it. And then I'm going to get the navy. The birds are loud today, aren't they? They're probably complaining because we've been away for the weekend and there's no bird food left for them. Although they sound pretty happy. That's the beauty of being in the garden, you see. Right, so as you can see, if you mix that navy with the daffodil, you get this absolutely gorgeous sort of olivey green, which I really like. It's a little bit too regular, that, isn't it? I'll put that in my tea then.
Yeah, Anne was waiting for you to do that.
Were you? Very, very, very close. it wouldn't harm the paint. Notice how I said it wouldn't harm the paint rather than me. Okay, so yeah, we'll go with that. Really simple. I'll just put that slightly to one side, and then this one can just dry. It's a little bit too regular. Let's just clean that up. And then that's how this one dries. So you can see I put a bit more blue on there and a bit more water as well, so it just spread out. But basically it is just those two colours, navy, in the navy, and daffodil. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is just put that to one side for a second, and then let's bring in the old Stamperoony poo.
Louisa says she's finally got round to buying some lushes, can't wait to use them.
Ooh, right, excellent. You will love them, absolutely love them. So let me just move that across a little bit. Was that me? Oh yeah, it's alright, it's nothing important. So what I've done is I've put duck.
Noela's just asking, is that watercolour paper you're using?
It is, yes. Yeah, that is our Pink Frog watercolour card. And it's lovely because it really does, it's nice and thick and it really stands up to all the abuse I give it. And you can really load it with lots of water and make the paint really run. Having said that, I'm going to use Super Smooth on here because I want to show you how the line, the artwork is beautifully aligned. I know I'm drinking cold tea, but you know. And you can actually paint onto it as long as you're not flooding it. So I'm just using a VersaFine black. And what I've done is I've put the duckling on here, but I've put some other little ones around it. So I've got a ladybird and a butterfly, a flower. Now I noticed that the butterfly wasn't inking up really, really well. Duke, down. Down. Because we've been away. Down. Ooh. I'm trying to be naughty. There we go. So missed a bit on the snout there, on the nose. I know why. It's because when we cleared up from a chanda, it's not called a chanda K, it's called the craft store. I put this away and there was a stamp leaning on this, and it's actually squished it, and I haven't given it time to really recover back.
Oh, ruined it.
Yeah. There, I've got it. Okay, but yeah, it just needs to recover a little bit. Okay, so we've got those, and then what I've done is I've actually cut out just the flowers from the duckling. So let me just put that to one side.
Kelly Smith says she's going full time just so she can buy some luscious powders.
Oh, bless her.
That's not quite what she says, but
oh, that's lovely. So you see, that's the duckling.
And Vic says, what's that stamp called?
This stamp is called Darling Duckling, and it's this stamp plate here.
Just bring it down a bit.
There you go, Darling Duckling by Janine Gerard Shaw. Okay, so you've got some words here. Nice little flower there, butterfly. This is a really lovely, useful stamp as well, and this is what I'm going to be using. I love that one, and it's Darling Duckling. It's so cute, isn't it? And all the flowers in it are beautiful. So that's what I've done. I've actually just cut out just the flowers, and you can see it's fantastic, isn't it? So the next job is to find the next stamp, which is on Darling Duckling. There it is. So I want this one with a nice big stamp plate. Oh, big stamp plate gone. There we go. Okay, so this is going to go here. And again, I'm using...
You're not using the stamping platform?
I'm not actually, not for this one.
Because you broke it.
Because I didn't break it. It's not broken. I'll use it if you want me to. Dear me.
Don't have to.
Getting told off now. I'm not saying anything about, you know, engine driver and... But you know that saying.
Can you use luscious for the background? Would it be okay?
Can you use luscious for a background? Yeah, of course you can. Yeah. But stamping on top of luscious is, I wouldn't say it's difficult, it's just you have to use something like a StazOn, because of course you've got that smooth, slick and very, very shiny surface in which to stamp onto. So if you're using it for a background, I would say put, you know, cutouts on the top of it. Right, so the trouble is this is already inked up.
So
If I made a mess of this,
well,
I can't blame you, can I? Because there you go. I've got a little bit there, but that's okay. Now, in theory, if I turn it the right way round, will that work? If I go like that,
see?
will it?
See how good that
You see, I should have tried this, you know, off camera before I do it live. Yeah, I don't know. So, I've turned it round. I'm coming back in. I've got no one else to blame but myself if this goes.
It before I inked up myself, but that's the non-crafter talking.
Did you hear what he said? Oh, I would have tested it first. Okay, it could have done with being a bit further over.
Put a flower over
It'll
the
be
join.
fine.
See?
Oh my word, that's dreadful.
Well, yeah, stick a little flower on there and on there, you'll be fine.
Stick a flower on it. Oh, I shouldn't listen to my husband, should I? The non-crafter.
So Louisa says you can always put a bow on it.
Yes. A bow or a bee. Definitely. A bow or a bee. I don't know. Right, let me just put that platform away because I'm not using it again today. Oh my, oh my.
Anne says, get on that Coke.
Yeah, I need some Pepsi Max. I drunk far too much of it this weekend, I tell you. And we didn't have any alcohol, did we?
Oh,
you had some beer, but I took a bottle of Prosecco and we didn't drink it. Brought it back. Because we didn't figure out the fridge properly until Sunday lunchtime, did we? Yeah. The light was on, but no one was home. Okay, so what am I going to come in with? So, what have we got here? I think something like... Anne
says, blind man would be pleased to see it.
Oh, thanks, Anne.
Always there with a comment.
Yeah.
Kind comment.
Kind comment. Thanks, Anne. I love you too. It's because she's got a proper caravan. Well, we've got a proper caravan. It's just that it's, you know, it's as old as our youngest daughter.
No, I think she was referring to the stamping.
Oh, the stamping. Oh, I see.
Don't know, maybe not.
Yeah, right. So, what colour's this? What fresh cut grass. This is. So this is just a transparent paint, and I'm just using, as you saw, like about the size of a grain of rice on this. And the lovely thing is it'll take on the colour from underneath as well, because you can see through it. So the areas where it's blue underneath, it's going to be a darker green, and the areas where it's that lovely olivey green is going to be different again, and then it's going to be lighter on the yellow areas. So that's the lovely thing about translucents. You can see through them, obviously, because that's why they're called translucents. And they just layer up so well. So I'm doing this quite quick. I don't know how I've got so much ink on my hands. Right, so that's fresh cut grass done. Okay, so these fruits here, so they can be anything from olives to clementines to white mistletoe. I know it doesn't really look like mistletoe, but hey, you know, I think we'll do it.
Says I need to get you a gin.
You need to get me a gin. Yeah, you're right. You're right, actually. I haven't had a gin for ages. Did I have one last weekend? Or was that the weekend before? We tried that new gin out. Yeah, it was far too long ago, three weeks ago. And I bought some rose lemonade. This is Tiger Lily, by the way, from Fentimans, Rose Lemonade, delish. And then I got some, what was that gin called, Alfie? Because I was looking for Bloom, but they didn't have any. And so I tried a new bottle. Oh, it's no good if I'm talking about it. I can't tell them what it is it? Useless. So this is going to go in here, but I just wanted to show you this tiny little stamp, unassuming little tiny stamp that is from, now you're going to ask me which set. I think it's Somebody Loves You, the bunny one. Yes, it is the bunny one. And if you're not careful, it can look like bunny poo, but Alfie,
it was all going so well.
Alfie's just got his head in his hands, he's shaking his head. Sorry, Alfie. I'm embarrassing you again. Sorry, love. So I'm going to just do a few little flower heads here. And then
Linda's asked about painting on the top of the pots. Did you put paper circles on the top or just paint straight on because hers is lifted off?
Yeah, it won't paint straight on because it's plastic. You would have to put some gesso on first. So I've just actually cut out some stickers with my punch and put those on, and then painted them. So not terribly neat, but yes, that's what I've done. I did try painting the lid to begin with, and like you, it does come off.
Wendy says you're a marketing man's dream. Bunny poo.
Bunny poo. Oh dear, I know, terrible. And I've just dropped my stamp on there as well. Oh, honestly, maybe if I had a gin and tonic, I'd be doing better. So I'm sort of just winging it, it's called. Okay, so what I wanted to show you is if you get some of the, let's do the red hot chili, a little bit of red hot chili. Let's bring that in so you can see me mixing. So
if somebody's already painted on the pots, can they cover it with something like would a slap it on protect it to stop it coming off?
Well, it won't actually penetrate underneath the paint, you see. You could try putting some slap it on over the top. Yeah, you could try. It's always worth a go, isn't it? So I'm going to put some red hot chili, and I'm going to use some of the daffodil, a tiny bit of the daffodil. So obviously I'm going to do my daffodil sort of yellows, and the good thing about the translucent is you don't have to worry about covering the line work, so you can just splash it all over basically. So this is daffodil with plenty of water added, and all the details there for you because Arginine has already put in all the line work, which is really lovely. And so you don't need to do that much shading, but I am going to show you how I do some shading. So right, I've done that with daffodil. I'm going to take a tiny weeny bit of the red hot chili, clean my brush, and a tiny weeny bit of the daffodil, and you get this sort of orangey yellow. The more daffodil you put in, the more orangey it's going to be.
So Linda says, sorry I missed the answer as my screen froze. The answer about the paint pot lids?
Oh, paint pot lids. Yes, I used stickers and I punched a hole in them with my punch, which happened to fit perfectly, an inch size punch. I then painted those and stuck them on, and then painted them. So that's how I did mine. So, oh, there we go. Let me just move my teacup out of the way. So this is your daffodil and red hot chili. So this time I'm just going to do the inside of the daffodil, and then I'm just going to go over some of the lines. What are you doing to him? Hey, what are you doing to him? He's playing with the dog, teasing him. Hey Duke, is he teasing you? What's he doing? Hey, what's he doing to you? So I'm going to make that a little bit deeper, then you can actually see it a little bit clearer. I think for next time we probably need to bring this down a little bit lower so people can see it when I'm doing close-up stuff. So a little bit far away at the moment. I find that a bit frustrating. So I'm just going to go over just some of those lines where Janine's already actually shown you where the texture is in those petals.
Louise has just asked how is Duke?
Thanks for asking, Louise. He's doing really well, actually. Louisa, sorry. He's doing really well. He's had his stitches out a few weeks ago, on week 2, and he thinks he's completely fit and healthy now. So we're trying desperately to keep him a bit calmer and stop him running up and down the garden, because he hasn't had his 6-week checkup yet and x-rays, but he's doing fantastic. So thank you so much for asking. Thanks to Fitzpatrick Referrals down in, is it Guildford, Alfie? Yeah, down in Guildford. They are superb. Who was our surgeon? She was fantastic. Susan. Yeah, she was absolutely brilliant. Brilliant. Okay, so you can see then, I know it's not in focus, but you can see the detail better in that. Okay, now what I tend to do is, if there's any background areas, I will paint those a really dark, like blue or something like that. And next I'll probably do the greenery, because that's easy to pick out. And just, you know, alter the green a little bit, like if you add a little bit of that navy in, your green's going to go a bit more of a teal colour. So I'll probably do this one a slightly different green colour, then they're not all the same. So you don't need 2 greens, you can just, as I say, mix in that navy.
Yeah, Kim says the overhead shots keep going slightly out of focus, then refocusing.
Yeah, that's...
It's actually fixed on the desk, the level of the desk. So it's just not focusing when Kay shows it close to the camera, unfortunately. If we had it on autofocus, it would just be moving all of the time, because it would focus on the tip of the brush and then the desk and then the paint pot, and it's not nice to watch. So we kind of decided to leave it at the desk level.
Yeah, so this is always in focus, this at the base here. It's only when I move to the camera that it's not, because it's focused just on the base. Right, so that's the greenery. Now with the snowdrops, because those are white, I choose to generally either take a really, really soft green and just touch some of the areas of line work that Janine put in, and that just gives you a feeling of shadow on the petals, and that way you can still see the white. Again, I'm going to bring it up to the camera. I know it's out of focus, but it just shows you that it's still white, but you've got areas of nice bit of shadow there. And I've just discovered a leaf behind it, so I'm just going to colour that. Right, okay, so now we've still got this red hot chili here. Oops, I'm just going to add more water to it. So what we could do is we could start off this pansy, too much on there, with a bit of the red hot chili. Now this is really, really watered down so that it's more of a pink than a red. So I'm just going to go around these areas here and over the background there. And then I'm going to come in with this mix that I made of the daffodil. So this is the daffodil yellow and red hot chili. And then if I put that over the top, you'll see that we get a bit more oomph on that red hot chili there. And you get this lovely sort of apricot-y colour. And the more you put on, so I'm going back to the red hot chili, the more you put on, and you do it really slowly, you can just build up to whatever you want. But you've just got to be quite careful because remember this is on super smooth. Oh, let me get comfortable. This is on super smooth, so you don't want to be wetting and wetting and wetting it over and over and over. Now I'm keeping my palette fairly neutral.
We are approaching 55 minutes and sometimes for some reason it kicks us off about now, so we will rejoin if that happens.
Okay.
Let's see.
All right, so the tulip, I want to keep it within the sort of the same realm of colour. So I think with this, we will stick with the red hot chili. Whoops, that's not red hot chili, okay. That's Tiger Lily. Where have I put my red hot chili? There it is. Put it back in its proper place. So I'm just going to take a tiny weeny bit more of the red hot chili. And I'm just going to come in with that all over the tulip.
Brenda says you make it look so easy.
Oh, bless you, Brenda. Thank you, darling. But it's just technique. That's all. And when you practice it, you think, oh, yeah, it is quite straightforward. So I'm just going back in with this red hot chili until I've got the depth of colour that I want. You see? So it all ties in because we've just used the daffodil and the red hot chili. It's all within the same sort of family. But now I'm going to change to the navy. In the navy. Sorry, really bad, I know. I'm not the singer in the family. Okay, so I'm coming in with the navy, but with this one, I'm really, really, really diluted, as you can see. It's just almost slightly coloured water. So I just want to give a hint of that blue in these little blue flowers in the background there. There we go. And there's a little one peeking out there. And one over here. And just tiny bits of the background showing, so that those are the ones that I'm actually painting blue as well. And I'm not going to put any detail in that at all because it's got enough. Now what you can do is, I've still got that very, very diluted navy on here. You can actually come in with that a little bit on the tulip, and that will give you a sort of violety red colour.
Linda's asked, can the paints be used for an outdoor project?
Yes, the paints can be used for an outdoor project, but you do need to seal it with a suitable varnish. So I'm just going to change the colour of those berries there on the top there.
Vic says, the image not in focus any longer, is it just my internet? I think it is, Vic, just because ours looks alright still. So it might come back.
Yeah, I'll just leave it to focus for a second. And there. Where's my blooming flowers that I cut out? I only spent about... Is it stuck to the bottom? No. Is it under here? It's hunt the blooming flowers. I don't know what I've done with it at all. So bear with. Sorry about this, guys. How unprofessional, I mean, really.
Do you sell the varnish? If so, what's it called?
Outside varnish. Well, we don't really. Although, having said that, we have had people say that they've used our Slap It On Thick to stick things together outside, haven't they? But it's not. It's not designed to do that. It's just one of the tricks. But I think from your normal hardware store is best.
Just any external varnish.
Yeah, an external varnish, a non-yellowing one that you want, and you should be able to get that fairly reasonably. But show us what you make. I love to see what people make with our stuff. So I'm just going to do one flower because I don't know where I've put all my cut out flowers. I of course will find them as soon as we go off there.
Chris is going to watch the rest later, is not feeling too good. And says thank you for a wonderful live. Oh,
thank you, Chris. And yeah, watch later. And thanks for tuning in, and hopefully you're feeling better soon. All right, my darling, take care. So I'm using the rest of the chili, red hot chili, and I'm just using what's left on my palette, really, to be honest, because I don't want to spend ages doing this, really. Oh, and I had a butterfly as well, everything. Right, so yeah, we need to cover up those areas, don't we? So I probably need to extend that, and what I'm going to do is get a pen, there we go, and do our wiggly squiggles. Don't worry if you have got a very shaky hand, because that always looks better. Alfie can't find it either. Thanks, Donny, for looking, but so just shape that a little bit. See, the colours on there quite soft, and they all coordinate because I've just stuck to the same palette. Now all I was going to do was that, put a butterfly on the side there, and tell you what I could do. I could do a little ladybug, couldn't I? Because that will be quite quick to cut out. There we go. And just a little bit of red hot chili. Now I know that she's got oops, didn't add any water, that's not good. I know that she's got flowers on her back, but for this I'm just going to go with a red hot chili. There we go. Yeah, I've done one with legs and one without, just depending on how it looks. Okay, so get yourself your grab and go. If you haven't used this, you need some. Honestly, it's really good. So just a tiny bit on there. And I'm just going to pop her there. There's going to be popping out the side there. Okay, I'm going to do that butterfly because it needs it. definitely.
Anne's taken her comments back about the blind man.
Oh, bless. Thanks, Anne. Are you still travelling around the country, Anne? Are you back?
Harrogate.
In Harrogate. Say hello to your sisters. Say hello to Army for me. And then I'm going to have this one about here with those just peeping out. But I will put a butterfly on as well. And I did do a happy birthday across there, which I'm just going to use up the rest of my paints on here. Just a bit of red hot chili. Let's have the remainder of that. Red, and let's go into the blue so you'll get a bit of violet coming in. There we go. I'm giggling because that's our dogs just running down the garden. Like,
meant to be doing that.
Yeah, not meant to be doing that at all. Okay.
It's just not right. Oh, it's stuck. Just not quite square.
Is it not? I can't actually see square. No, it's stuck because it's grab and go, isn't it?
It's not bad.
It's not bad. Not great, but not bad. Okay, so there we go. I'll mount that up and everything and take a picture and put that on so you can see it. I might just do a little bit more around there. Okay, so that's, oh yeah, competition. Oh, we haven't mentioned the competition, but it's at the top of the screen there.
People have been liking, commenting.
Oh, that's good. So you know what to do. Like, comment and share. Dead easy. And I'm going to, at some point, have a go at embroidering our little duckling at some point. So I've put this, stamped it onto cloth, canvas cloth with VersaFine. Oh, and let me know if you've got any calico spare before I go buying some. I'll get it off you. Stamped it with VersaFine because I'm not going to wash it and it doesn't run, it's waterproof. And then I'm colouring it in with the same paints because remember these are fabric paints as well. And then I'm going to do a bit of embroidery. Don't know where, don't know how, but I'm going to. So I'll let you have a look at that next time. So we will be back. Are we back next Monday? Because we're working this weekend, aren't we? So this weekend we have a virtual Dirty Weekend. And we are, we're full though, aren't we? Yeah, the Dirty Weekend. Yeah. So, and will we be coming back next Monday, Alfie?
Don't know, it's up to you.
Come back next week and we'll be here. I might be a bit tired, but we'll be here. Thanks ever so much for joining us. And as I say, have a look on the website, all these gorgeous flowers, because it's not just the animals, it's the beautiful flowers as well. Thank you so much, everybody. Yes.
Melanie's just asked, when are you doing the Q&A session? That was actually potentially penciled in for this one. We forgot.
Oh, right, okay.
So we could maybe do that next week. Okay,
right, we'll do a Q&A next week and I'll get sort of everything out on my desk ready to go so that I can do a Q&A. Are we asking them to send in questions beforehand?
So the whole week they can send in questions and we'll just
speak up a bit louder and then they can hear you.
They can hear me. Look, they can hear me. It's fine.
Okay, just softly spoken. All right, Q&A next week. Send in your questions and I will try and answer as many as possible. Yeah, that'd be good. I like that. Okay, thank you ever so much, everybody. Lots of love to you all. I hope it's sunny where you are. Enjoy the weather while you can and be kind to each other. Say bye, Alfie.
Bye.
Bye.